Damn, Ingenious made the beat? Yo, I am your Prince of Positivity, Coach Steve. He is my co-pilot, the Dime Dropper, Coach Luna, and welcome to another episode of the Coach Life Podcast Radio. What's going on, Brody?
What's going on? Glad to have you. Glad to be on.
Blessed to have you on. Before we reveal our big reveal, I know this is the month of entrepreneurship. So, Coach Luna, I know we got a very special guest on today. Before we get to our special guest, though, we gotta always make sure that we roll out the red carpet for the boss man, the CEO and founder of the Coach Life Podcast Radio, Coach Wash. How we doing, bro?
You're doing good, man. I'm waiting to see what game we finna get today.
Oh yeah, we about to get a lot of game today. Coach Luna, can you enlighten us on the game that we about to get played in
Yeah,
today?
for sure, for sure. So last week, we brought on a good friend of mine, brother of mine, Coach Rack, to talk to us about what it takes to be an entrepreneur, and hearing it from a serial entrepreneur. And today, another brother of mine that has kind of taken on the role of entrepreneurship, but still working and doing his normal job along with trying to be an entrepreneur and do those things that it takes to be an entrepreneur. So we're going to get a good balance of seeing what it takes and what sacrifices may be required to make to go ahead and launch those things, even trying to balance a family, trying to balance a 9 to 5, whatever the case may be. A man with no excuses. It's either do it or don't. My brother, Della, what's going on, man?
Man, what's going on, man?
Coach,
Blessed to have you, bro. Blessed to have you.
absolutely. Coach Dele, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to meet
Yes,
with us
sir.
and talk to us about all of entrepreneurship, because you're talking about a very key portion of entrepreneurship. Because last week when we talked about this with Coach Rack is on the far end of the entrepreneurship. He's all the way in the pool, right? You are like chest deep in the pool right now, still maintaining right now, right? So you have multiple facets that you're working on. So can you go into a little bit of detail into that middle stage of entrepreneurship where a lot of us end up quitting and turning away right away, where you've got a number of hats that you're wearing right now?
Got you. First, I'm gonna say shout out Rack. I saw that episode last week. It was a good episode. Um, back to what you were saying. I mean, it's tough. I mean, when you work in the normal 9 to 5, and I got two businesses I'm running on the side. I mean, some days it's just like you might want to just say to get one, but you only hurt yourself and you're taking a step back when you do that. So, I mean, you just got to keep pushing. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be good days. It's gonna be bad days, just like anything. But I mean, as long as you keep pushing, knowing you got a goal to work towards, you know what I'm saying, everything's gonna pay off.
Absolutely. You mentioned keeping pushing, making sure that you're pushing through the goal. Having those good days, those bad days, right? Not let them dictate whether or not you quit or continue on, right?
Right.
Can you talk to us about your two businesses, or how many businesses first and foremost do we have, Coach?
So I got two businesses. I got a breeding business. I breed French Bulldogs, American Bullies. I also have a catering business as well that just launched in November. So I'm working towards turning that into a food truck. So just right now, just building clientele, continue to grow, expanding right now, and then who knows where we go from there? Maybe food truck, after food truck, maybe restaurant franchise. You know, taking it one step at a time right now. Still accepting.
You hit a very sensitive subject, sir. Talked about food right now. I see Flavor Factory. I want to get into these French bulldogs because I know there's a
Flavor
huge
Flav.
man, right? There's a huge request essentially for French bulldogs. So we can talk about that in a second. I want to get to this Flavor Factory situation right now. What is Flavor Factory and how did it come about?
Flavor Factory, you know, right now it's ghost kitchen. You know, working towards being a food truck. We cater. We offer ourselves, smoked ourselves to be exact. Smoked jerk wings, candy yams, cabbage, greens, honey bun cake, Brussels sprouts, peach cobbler. You know, just good food for the soul. You know,
Hey,
good.
no. You ain't finna leave the best thing off the menu, bro.
Mac and cheese, green chili mac and cheese. I mean, the list goes on. I mean,
The
we can
smoked Dungeness crab legs. Yeah, you can't.
got smoked crab. You know, not a lot of people out there doing smoked crab. You know, I got smoked Dungeness, smoked snow crab. I mean, I also do king crab. It's not offered on the menu, but you know, I also do king crab.
I'm
Like
man.
moment. Hold
You
on.
need a moment, coach. You
Need a
need Coach
moment.
Wash. You need a moment.
Jesus.
You need a tissue.
Talk to him. Hold on.
God, listen, bro. Thank you for opening up another business, another soul food business, because I can tell you right now, and Coach Wash can definitely attest to this. There is not very many good soul food spots out there.
So
What was the inspiration behind doing soul food?
it's kind of stuff that I always cook on a normal basis for myself. So you know, I've been
Wait,
cooking.
Coach, you cook?
Yeah. I've
You're
been cooking.
doing the cooking.
You know, I've been grilling it on the grill for a very long time. You know, so like over 10 years, I've been grilling, and you know, it was at one point where I was grilling every day because I just love the taste, love the smoke, love the flavor, and cooking to me is kind of therapeutic. You know, I get off of work and it's a way I kind of relax myself. So I mean, on top of not going out spending crazy money at these restaurants that you may not even get as good of food. So
Facts.
for me, you know, it was part of saving money, meal prepping, cooking, and then I started posting. As I was posting, I had a lot of people inquiring. And from the people inquiring, you know, a lot of people suggesting, you know, start selling plates. And I was like, one weekend, I just tested it out. Like, hey, I got some smoked crab, snow crab for sale this weekend. You know, let me know. And actually did pretty good that weekend. And then from that weekend, I opened up the menu a little more, threw some smoked oxtails on there, and then it did even better. And then from there, I threw the chicken on there, and along with all the sides and desserts, and it just continued to grow. And at this point now, it's like a lot of people have tried it, a lot of people have inquired about trying it, and it's just going up from here.
I love hearing that. I love hearing again, first and foremost, that it's a passion for you. I think again, when it's a passion for you, like that's where the soul comes from,
Right,
right?
right.
That's why the food tastes good. So what would you tell us, Coach Della? What is your favorite thing to cook or barbecue?
Man, I'd probably say probably the snow crab. I mean, well, I say the Dungeness crab. If I had to choose between Dungeness and snow, I'm gonna say Dungeness, and then probably the oxtail next. Yeah, them oxtails, they pretty addictive.
It's your
Yeah,
favorite to cook or your favorite to eat, or both?
I
Oh,
think I say a little bit of both. I say a little bit of both. Yeah,
Look,
definitely.
I've had the privilege to taste. Hey, man, there's you have to have it to experience it to be like, hey, yo, this is unique. This is different. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to put nothing else on this. Like this comes as is, and it's there.
See, that's
That's
the key. When
that
you
right there,
say when
right
you
there.
go sauceless, yo, leave the sauce to the side.
Yeah,
You know that that tells me you official like stripes and the whistle.
definitely. Man. I'm not even a sauce guy, so my food has to be seasoned to perfection for where I don't even have to think about sauce because I don't even eat sauce really like that. You know, so anything I have, you won't need sauce. I guarantee you. It's gonna be
Love it.
moist, juicy, everything you need. You know what I'm saying?
So you definitely got to come right to the table when you talking about you got to make your rub so good that you make black people not want sauce. And how do you live life as a black man not eating sauces?
Minus sauce.
How has that went? What ridicule have you come against?
I don't know. I think it's just I never really been too big on sauce like that. I mean, ketchup on fries here, there, cool. You know, the ketchup on the burger here, there. But my barbecue, I need my barbecue tasting right without sauce first. You know, a lot of people like to hide behind barbecue sauce.
Yeah, they do.
Mhm.
They throw their meat on the grill. It may
Yeah.
be charred on one side or overcharred, and they'll try to hide it and toss it in sauce. And all you pick it up, you got a hand just covered in sauce. And me, I
Yeah.
like to eat meat. You know, I'm a meat freak. I don't like my hands all nasty when I'm eating. I like to, keep it clean. So for me, everything is cooked to perfection to where you don't need sauce. I mean, I offer sauce for people that, it's a lot of people that just like sauce. But,
Right.
Yeah.
you go to a top tier 5-star restaurant, steakhouse, it's almost an insult to ask for some A1
That's
sauce,
right.
you
That's
know?
right.
True.
So I keep that in mind. Like, if you asking for sauce, I need to do something different. So far I ain't, nobody really ever asked me for no sauce.
That brings me to a question for you, Della. So we know that the restaurant business, especially when it comes down to cooking, can be a very saturated market as far as like competition or even
Mm.
worrying about competition. Where were you mentally to make you where did it hit you mentally to be like, you know what? I could do this. Like what was there like a moment or was it an accumulator? Like was it an accumulation effect of positive feedback that say, you know what, this is something I could do.
It was a little bit of both, from all the inquiries that I got from, just simply posting, and then from when people tasted it, you know, I get nothing but positive feedback to where people are like, man, this is so good. You need to open up and start up a restaurant. You know, also seeing other people cooking and seeing other people grilling, and once you get to, going around tasting food, and that's another thing I do. I go around and taste other food, see how it compares to mine, and not even being biased. I haven't come across anybody that's better. You know what I'm saying? So
It is what
with
it
that,
is.
with that in mind, it's just like I know I got something great that I can offer, and it just needs to be, tasted from everybody, and let's see, get to where it needs to go.
Coach, we gotta pivot now. We gotta pivot because my stomach is growling right now, and I'm pretty sure the fans probably they growling too right now. Especially, listen. So, I really want a plate right now, and I got a flight to come down to Texas too. So coming soon.
Wait. You got the flight booked?
It's in the works.
Is it
It's
work?
very,
Okay.
very soon in the
Hey,
works,
quit
Phil.
quit
Very soon.
playing. Get on
Very,
down
very
here,
soon in the
bro.
works. After this, I'm definitely coming. But I want to take it to your work-life balance. Again, when we talk about working in the food industry, first and foremost, that's already a demanding industry. Then you're doing you a breeder on the side. That's a whole nother industry that you're tapped into. How do you have the capacity, or what do you do to make sure that you're able to have a good work-life balance to make sure that both businesses are still successful and you still have the mental capacity to do what you do day in and day out?
Well, see, I'm blessed. Like I say, I'm blessed with the type of job I have, where in my career, I'm uh, I'm pretty much remote, so working from home, from time to time I do have to leave, but working from home allows me the time to be able to work on my other business as well. Because although I'm working from home remote, I don't always have to be, on task like that. So I can
Hmm.
kind of move things and set my schedule how I need. So by doing that, it allows me to, take care of the dogs early in the morning or later in the evening. The food, the cooking. I mean, once that's cooked, it's cooked. And, just trying to market it at that point. It does get challenging trying to market both businesses at the same time.
Hmm.
That's the biggest challenge right now is, am I spending too much time here? I didn't give this business enough attention. So that's the toughest balance. So with the job, I mean, once you get comfortable with your work, it's just everyday routine with that. So it's nothing different.
I'm glad that you spoke on that because I think that stops a lot of people from starting a business because especially when they have a job, right? That
Right.
comfortability is there. I have a job, so that's there. And Coach Rec talked about this last week, being able to let go of that one but being able to let go of that one at the right time. And I think that you're in a really good spot that you can kind of maneuver through that. When you talked about spending the time with both businesses or how you're spending the time with both businesses, how do you determine which one needs a little bit more TLC than the other?
So that's a good question. I mean, with the dogs, the dog's gonna be the dog. Like it's nothing really
Mm-hmm.
changing with that. Like I mean, in the market of the dogs though, you have to kind of keep up with what's changing. So with the Frenchie market, it's always something evolving. Like now it's the fluffy Frenchies. You may see the big rope Frenchies. You got the velvet. You got the pink. You got the Isabellas. So it's just staying on cue with what's going on in the market at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, retooling and revamping what you have in your camp. So, I mean, as long as you're, invested in, studying the market, seeing what's going in for what rate and what's the new DNA. Right now, they had the Husky Coys. Those are kind of fading away. They're still there a little bit. Um, but as long as you just kind of know what's going on in the game, like you can kind of pivot and do what you need to do from there. With the food
So
game, I mean, food is food. Ain't nothing really changing with food. You got
Mm-hmm.
people making up all kind of different dishes today, but it ain't nothing different. Oxtails is gonna be oxtails. Whether you smoke them, you put them in a crock pot, however you want to make them. Some people want to fry them now. Like, you know, there's only so many ways you can skin a cat. So,
Right. Just make the
right.
food essentially.
right, right.
So Della, for those that aren't aware, like how long you've been dealing with dogs and everything, how long have you been breeding dogs or having dogs? How long has it been since you had them? And then like what led you to say, boom, I'm about to be a dog breeder. You know what I'm saying? The thing that I'm just like captivated with is that you've always been able to go ahead and see something that you're currently doing and doing every day and say, you know what? I can make money off of this. I could potentially turn this into a business. So for those of them out there that do not know, how long have you been, having dogs and doing this already before you even dropped the business?
Man, this started childhood. I mean, I got my first dog. I think I was like first grade, and how I got into breeding. The dog actually got out the gate and got pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we ended up selling the puppies and made pretty on that. Just from the dog getting pregnant on accident. And from that point on, it's like, oh, hey, let's actually really try to do this. And then shoot, it was a family business at one point. And then, you know, stopped breeding from that point to during school. Came out of college. I ended up getting another dog. Just decided to get back in the business. And from that point on, it's probably been since 2013, 2014. I've been breeding. So it's been a pretty long time. I started off with pit bulls, American pit bulls. Then I branched off to the bully. From the bully, I branched off to the Frenchies, and I'm also now about to get into the English Bulldogs. So
Hmm.
yeah,
I'm gonna have some people definitely hitting us up to get some of those dogs off of you. Just FYI.
them
Got some
too.
clients for you already.
So that's gonna lead me to a question. So Della, like coach said earlier about how you pick your time and this. Um, what is the what are the hidden what are the skeletons in the closet in either one of those businesses that people just gotta, I wouldn't say they don't think about, but things that's just like, hey, you better be
Mm.
aware of this because whether or not you believe it or whether or not you want to face the music, it's gonna happen. And it's gonna,
I mean, the losses
how
you're
many
gonna
of those, like what moments have you ran into in either one of those businesses that you would like to talk about?
man, with the dogs is just, breathing is not an easy thing. It's whelping around the clock, when from the time, and I mean, a lot of people may not know, but, when you have these smaller breeds like French Bulldogs, they require C-section. So you gotta be ready for
Mm.
that type of vet bill, or and that's not. It's an expensive job, expensive business to be in when you're dealing with these smaller breeds. Because you got a cane corso, German Shepherd. They gonna drop the pups themselves, and mama gonna whelp the pups basically by themselves. You just keep them clean, you pretty much good. These Frenchies, you hands on making sure everything is good. They're so small, so you got to make sure the temperature is right, or they can pass on you. And like them first 2 weeks is really crucial. It could be around the clock. Like I've almost lost the mom dog like 3 days after having a litter. I know people that had litters and lost the mama at birth. So
Mm.
what you got to do now? You got puppies, but you don't have no milk to feed with the mama. So now
Right.
you tube feeding around the clock every 2 hours. So that's no sleep, no sleep.
Man.
Yeah,
Again, it's the small things that people don't think about. But again, you've been doing it so long, it kind of it's just innate in you to just know these are the things that need to happen.
right, right. Yeah. So I mean, it's a lot that goes into it. I mean, just from the vet bills, shots, just the normal day to
Hmm.
day that comes with just having a dog food, cages, things of that nature. But yeah, it's definitely something you got to be ready for if you decide to sign up for. I mean, it ain't no. You got dog days and you got literally dog days. You know what I'm saying? It's days you don't want to go in there and clean up after them. You got to poop everywhere. You got to scoop it and you got to bag it, and you may run out of food. Constantly going to the store. The food ain't cheap. The shop's not cheap. The deworming not cheap. Vet bills. So it's like it's just finding ways to learn how to do it yourself and cut other people out to where you can cut costs.
Lesson. I want everybody to please hear that again. Can you please say that for the people in the back? Like,
Just finding ways to cut the middleman out, cut the outside out to save an extra dollar where you can. So it's like you got to learn what the vets are doing, because a lot of that stuff can be done at your own home.
absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely. Just a quick side story. I have a newer puppy. Shouldn't say puppy because he's about 105 pounds now. Got an American Rottie, and
Okay.
he had he ended up chipping a nail, and ended up like scratching his face, and he ended up getting a red spot on his face.
Okay.
So I cleaned him up, took some peroxide to it and everything, cleaned him up, got everything all cleaned up, shaved a little area, made sure he was good, put the antibacterial spray on there, everything, made sure he was good. My wife said, probably need to take him to the vet because you're not a doctor.
Hmm.
I said, okay, no problem. We had a little spot on his face. It looked like it was getting a little red. I'm like, "Mm, I could just clean this up, just make sure you're good, and just keep cleaning it every day." Took him into the vet. Doctor said, yeah, just clean him up. Took some peroxide, clean him up. That's all. You'll be good to go. You're doing everything right. So I get it. Again, if you can cut the middleman out, you can figure out a way to make it so that you can do 90% of the job yourself.
Right.
You can reap a lot more benefits that way. Can you
Yeah.
tell us from the flavor factory standpoint, how have you been able to cut some costs there to make it so that you can still reap the benefits and still have the profit that you're looking for?
Finding wholesalers,
Mm,
wholesalers for all my meat, for my seafood, and that's pretty much it right now. Just cutting out these other grocery stores and trying to get it wholesale.
there you
That's
go.
what mission is right now.
Do you use like wholesalers on all the big box stores like a Costco, Sam's Club, or Gordon Food Service?
Hmm. Yeah, I use some of them, especially along with my seafood. Go out to other little towns, little areas that got the nice deals as far as seafood. Maybe get close to Galveston, close to the water, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's where I kind of cut the cost at.
Dope, dope.
Costco cut the check.
I'm
I think
about to take time, ain't it?
we ain't dropped y'all name too many times. Cut the check.
This about that is this the fourth or fifth time? Is this the
Yeah.
fourth time?
It's up there. It's
It's
up
up
there.
there. Y'all
It's
keep
up there.
on playing. It's gonna be in double digits. They're gonna owe us, definitely gonna owe us a check at that point. Make it out to Coach Steve, our dispensary. All right, Coach. Take us again. We talked about the balance that's needed, to make sure that you're still taking care of everything. The days that it is difficult to continue, the days that it is hard to go take care of the dogs, the days that it's hard to go sit out in front of that barbecue and get cooked and smoked all day long. Those days that it takes to Coach Luna said this in our chat. Those days of grit over quit. When you have those moments, can you talk to our fans out there about that grit versus quit mentality that's needed, especially with holding down 3 jobs?
Yeah, it kind of goes back to what was instilled in us from the start of playing football. You don't have them dog days, and what you gonna do? You gonna quit? You quit, who else gonna pick you up? Ain't nobody that pick you up. So it's like, man, you just gotta find a way to overcome, continue to overachieve, and you get through it. The next day the sun is out. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see the sun at the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's just picking up like the days I got these tough times where it's just hard to get on the grill, clean these dogs. I just remember what got me there and where I don't want to go. So I mean, if I don't go clean up and go take care of these dogs, just hey, one of them can die on you. You feel like what I'm saying. You may the day you decide to be like, I don't want to go take care of a dog. That dog could have been sick. Or something could have happened. That little time that she decided to say, I don't want to do this, is the time that could have been life or death. So I just treat everything like that. As far as the food, every time I get tired, I mean, I think about this could be somebody's first time ever trying.
Mm.
I can't give nobody no bad impression off the first time. So every time I'm cooking like it's somebody's first time to start trying it ever. So I don't get
Hmm.
comfortable. I
That's right.
don't get comfortable because all it takes is one bad experience, one taste, and word travels faster than anything. So
You
that's
you have to uphold a reputation because my name is on the line. I don't
right.
have, and you don't have a chance to defend it either because it's in the proof is in the pudding, literally.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
I mean, how many times have you gone to a restaurant, tried it for the first time, and it was just trash, and you just like, I'm never going back there. You ain't got no reason to give them a second chance.
Facts.
So
Gypsy.
you got it one
Oh,
shot, like Eminem say, you got one shot. You know
that's
what I'm
it.
saying?
Facts.
Hey, that's all you got. So I treat everything like that. One shot only.
I love that mindset because again, you have to have You have to have that grit in you to continue to push through and continue to get to that next level. I want to take it to some of the tools or some of the resources that you use to do what you do on a daily basis. I'll give you a perfect example. Something that I do that I've started to do for myself is I started writing a lot of stuff down, like a lot more than usual. Like my father is the king of a notebook, and like he everywhere he goes, got a notebook. He can write anything down, right? I started getting into a habit where I can start doing the exact same thing, and it's starting to help me stay organized and stay a little bit more on track and kind of plan out and map out my day a little bit better. What are some tools or some resources that you've used to kind of help you manage your business, kind of help you understand where you are to keep you organized or to keep you at the next level?
Like you said, that notebook. I mean, I use my iPhone notes. I'm in my notes. I'm typing in the notes. I'm using, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all these little sources that you can YouTube. Anywhere I can find information, I'm searching it. It's information everywhere for you to find. You just got to do the work to go look for it. But as far as anything you want to look for, it's a video out there, it's a tutorial, it's a form, it's blogs, with everything. Anything you need, you can find it. So I just utilize my youth resources.
So, coach, what you saying is ain't no excuses, is what you're saying.
Nah, ain't no excuses. You got to be in you.
That's facts.
You said it got to be in you. Now, I'm assuming that you've had some people that you've mentored, some people that you've kind of helped, guide them toward maybe starting their own business. You probably seen some people that you've maybe tried to help and they didn't start their own business. They talked a good game, but they didn't really do anything about it. What is the difference between those two individuals? Because they both come off the exact same way. I really want to do this. I really want to do this. I really want to do this. How do you determine how to spend that time or that mentorship to those individuals?
It really don't. It really doesn't change. If it's somebody that needs that extra push because they, either scared or just don't have the confidence to take that leap, you
Mm-hmm.
just gotta continue to, what I'm saying? You just don't know what may resonate with them. So you gotta continue to keep talking to them, just like as if you would talk to the person that's, what I'm saying, willing to jump off that cliff. So it's just look, he's ready to jump. You see what he's done. You see where he's gotten. Now it's your turn. Now it's your chance. Like it's the same. It's just continue to motivate and push someone.
On the flip side of that, did you have anybody that came into your life that kind of like
Mm.
mentored you or pushed you to, you know, to to basically say, hey, pursue this or do this with that? Did you have anybody that kind of pushed you or somebody that motivated you? You saw them hustling the way they was hustling, and you said, you know what, I could go ahead and do this too.
And I got a few people around me that's like that. Starting off with my pops. Just growing up, my dad's always worked for himself. Been a real estate, a realtor, mortgage broker. Just growing up, watching him own his own real estate company, and just knowing that shit. If you don't get up, you don't go to work, you don't get paid. That's a commission based job, so you really gotta hustle. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like that check ain't constant unless you really going out there to get it. And so I got cousins around me that also in the dog business as well. And so we kind of came up together, kind of started at the same time. But yeah, it's a number of people around me own gyms, lots of different businesses. And that's what kind of motivates me, surround myself around successful people to drive, they got that drive to make me keep wanting to push and strive for greatness. So now that's been my motivation. Surrounding myself with the right people to continue on climbing and achieving goals and trying to exceed goals and create new goals. And that's just where I'm at with it right now.
That's real.
You on a there's a point when you start moving toward entrepreneurship and instead pushing that boulder up the hill. And I think you're at that point where you are already at the top of the hill. You're already on your way down, pushing the boulder down at this point. So I think you've already built the momentum, right? And for a lot of individuals, they haven't even gotten to they're looking at the rock.
Their hand ain't even touched the rock.
That's what I'm saying. They're just looking at it. It's right there. It's right there. I really want to do it, but that seems a little hard. It seems a little challenging. It seems like it's out of touch, right?
Right.
Before you started into the business, again, having the great examples are fantastic because, again, we talk about it every week. Having those mentors, having those coaches, right? Whole reason for the podcast, having those coaches actually help you make that progression that you need. Was there a point in time before you started your businesses where you said, man, I can't do that. I can't do what my dad is doing, or I can't do that. And what changed to make you say, yeah, no, I can't do that, or I'm going to do that?
Just man, the workforce has changed my mindset of thinking. Working with people, and I was like, okay, I see why my pops hustled to work by himself and for himself all these years. You know, the different type of flexibility. You ain't answering nobody but yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that feeling. I mean, it's a lot more on your plate. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be self-driven because ain't nobody gonna tell you to go get it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna tell you, hey, be here at this time to do this and that. You just gotta be able to have that hunger and desire to go get it done.
I love it.
So,
I love it. Now, Coach Luna, you don't have any other questions because I want to kind of get into another segment that we haven't done in a while.
No. You got it. Go ahead.
Fantastic. So we started this a while back and we have not done this in a while. And I figured this would be a great test run to do it again. Coach Dele, you're going to give us your fast five. I'm going to ask you 5 questions, sir. And you're going to give me your answers as quickly as you possibly can.
I got it.
Very little thought, but a lot of thought. If that makes sense. If you could have one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Crab.
Crab?
Yeah.
We should have known. I got to get these Dungeness crabs, bro. I got to come down there and get this. Oh, my God. If you had a plane to go anywhere in the world right now, where would it be?
Back to Jamaica.
What was that?
Jamaica.
Oh, you 2 for 2 right now, bro. I want to go back to Jamaica.
Yeah.
One skill that you can learn at the snap of your finger, what would it be?
Yeah. That's tough. Man, one skill. I don't know. I probably have to say some electrical skills, some electrical work.
Talking
Game
about the
changer.
trades, man. That's a game changer right there. That's a game changer. You're gonna add that. Well, so you're gonna be able to do his own electrical work and take care of the kitchen at the same time.
And then I got the data down already. I wired the cameras, TVs, mount TVs. So I'm already handy. I'm very handy. I think that's the only trade I'm missing in my tool belt.
We cutting the middleman out right now. That's what you're doing right now. I love it. I love it. I know you got a son. I know you have a son. Plans to have any more kids in the future?
It's to be determined.
To be determined right now.
Yeah.
Because the next one is mostly kid centric.
Right.
If you could go back and be a kid, what would be the time age or the age that you would want to be?
As a kid right now,
If you could go back in time.
Yeah, I go back to 16. Give me them NIL.
What was that?
I said I go back to 17. Give me some of them NIL.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Man. Facts. Facts.
I
Facts.
tell you, hey, I'll tell you straight up. You can ask me that question. I'd say I'd go back to I was 10 years old and I put whatever money I had in the savings, I'm putting it all on Bitcoin.
There it is. One time. One time. Now. All right. Last question for you, sir. If you can go back and give yourself any advice, what would it be?
Depends on what age. So we talking about how far back we going.
However far back you want to go, sir. You
The
have
most useful
the most
advice.
useful advice that you would give yourself in any span of time.
Man, man, that's tough. Okay, any spend of time. Just, I probably go back to probably middle school. And really tell myself to really apply myself for the future in ways that I feel like trade. I could have focused on a lot of trades earlier. I feel like a lot of trades would have helped. So I mean, college, I got a scholarship, so I was blessed there. So I feel like if I would have known a little more trade, I could have utilized that in college as well.
Could not agree more. Could not agree more.
Really.
Coach, this was a blessing to have you on the pod again to talk about and I want to call this the middle stage of entrepreneurship because you haven't even hit the pinnacle yet. Like that's the cool part. Like you don't even know what floor you're on right now, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's so much up there right now, and there's so much potential that you have in front of you right now. You can't stop. And you can't stop because I got to get down there before you even, before you start this whole thing because I need to taste all of this food.
Get with me, man. I got you.
Absolutely. Well, before we get out of here, because we know we can't get out of here. You better have it written down, Coach. Coach Wash, you better
You
have it written
told
down.
me. I
You
thought
know
you
I'm
was gonna
talking
try
to
to
you,
get
bro.
some more downs from the down dropper before you get to me.
Oh, I'm just making sure that you're ready. That's all. Because last week
I,
we had to wait for 45 minutes. I don't want to wait 45 minutes.
I got some.
So before you get into yours, Coach Luna, do you have any last closing remarks before we get out of here, boss?
I mean, no, not to sound redundant, but it's the same thing that we've talked about and on this pod over and over. And it's great to hear thoughts and beliefs that overlap with a lot of the stuff that we've talked about that we ain't before we even get into the show, we didn't even preface to even, get Dele, hey, make sure everything's just flowing just so that they hear it. It's just like, okay, we're saying, we're speaking, and we're believing everything is going in the direction of, all right, that's the way we're supposed to be going.
Right.
And again, I've been able to me and Dell have been cool since, man, how long, bro? Since like 13 years old, 14.
13.
So almost 2 decades worth of friendship. So we've been able to see everything from the grind of the football field, from the grind of college football, from the grind of not having that moment in time of, man, what am I about to do?
Mm-hmm.
Having those rocks and all of those bumps in the roads, and to continuously find yourself against the wall and counterpunching and getting back, to where you're back in an advantageous stage. It's not easy to do, and it's a innate thing and an innate part of, highly successful individuals is when things don't go your way. Like, I mean, we don't even have to go into the top, but Hurricane Harvey, you know what I'm saying? Like, pure example, when that happened, that's another story for another time, another pod. But those moments of back against the wall and how you respond and what do you do from there, and to look at yourself from 2017. I'm saying this as your partner, looking at from 17 to now, bro, the amount of growth, your little one, everything, bro. It's nice to see, bro. It's literally an accumulation of consistency, that compound effect,
Mhm.
and believing in yourself. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and seeing you gives me some fire to go ahead and be like, man, you know what? I can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see you. So you know what? I'm not about to sit on my ass. Well, you know, you got way more on your plate than I do. Why am I going to sit here and, you know, feel sorry for myself? Nah, brother, we ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm admire how much you've been hustling, bro. Like, hey, I'll give you your flowers right here, bro. Keep doing it, because I know this ain't it. You already know these little stair stepper moments.
So appreciate that, man.
For sure.
I love the fact that, and again, and we need to make this commonplace. We continue to give people their flowers in the moment of them doing what they're doing, regardless, right? Because we too many times we give people their flowers after they become successful. I don't want to see Flavor Factory on the news or in the, you know, in a commercial, or you know, Shaq is now sitting there, you know, eating out at your store now, you know. I don't want to see it then. I want to see the upcoming portion of it, because I know what it took to get to where it's going to get to. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the important part. Again, it's that grit versus quit. Thanks,
Right.
Coach Luna. I'm still in that all day long. I wrote that down.
It's all
Put that in
good.
my notebook.
It's all good. Dime dropping. You know what I'm
Dime
saying?
dropper,
J
I
Kid.
baby.
told you, man.
Dime dropper, he not a rapper though.
This is a damn shame. We bring on guests to give us knowledge, and the dime dropper keep on putting holes in the damn bag. Keep on dropping the change, bro. It's okay though. It's okay. I appreciate it though, and I know the fans appreciate it as well. Coach Wash,
What's up?
what's good, bro?
All right, it's on me,
So you, bro.
man. It'd be hard, man. Dime dropper be going crazy. You know,
I
it's
don't gotta
like
follow him. You do.
you know, it's like you got AI in the game. He get injured, and you back up point guard. It's like, what the hell I'm gonna come here and do?
Hey man.
You know, nobody come and see me.
Hey man.
All right. So this when I pulled this out the bag, uh, relevant battles or lack thereof going on. These gonna be some bars. Anybody could take them that want to take them. Been arguing with my brother all day because he's very upset with J. Cole for the apology, which I ain't a problem with. Either way, this called Better Me.
Ooh.
It's a little aggressive. So I do it for you, Cole. I got you. Give me 1 second, because this one I did go in the crates a little bit. I'm gonna play on Della, DJ Della, going to crates. All right, DJ Della.
We got you.
I knew a better me. I think I knew a better me, and focus on my grind, knowing I can always better me. Feel sorry if you're thinking you can better me. You aiming for a version of myself. You just a little me. Funny these boys trying to belittle me. Act how you feel, but I'm something that you couldn't be. You was bitch made. That's just a little b. Uppercase you. Just a misdemeanor to a felony. You little poodles need to stick to your pedigree. They can't tag this dog. No bullshit accessory. That's a play to the dog's eye.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it
Yes.
went over some people's head.
Hey,
I caught it.
when it ain't real, you need the right dressery. See myself, I'm the only one impressing me. See yourself, you are simply an impression, B.
Bars.
Definitely.
Bars. I think that's probably my favorite one. That's not the first time I've heard this, and I've heard this a couple times already. But again, bars. Definitely appreciate it. Coach Della, thank you so much again. I know we are just close to time because we got to get you back to taking care of them puppies. But again, I thank you so much for taking the time and speaking with us today, giving everybody a great understanding of the foundation and what it takes and the commitment that it takes to get to where you are right now. Because again, we can only aspire to get to where you are right now. We just need to just take the first step, right?
Right. I appreciate y'all having me, man. So
Absolutely, absolutely. Platform is always yours. You're always welcome back, sir. You are a coach on the Coach Life podcast. Uh, so again, please feel free to stop back in and give us some more game, or give us a free plate.
Ooh,
I'll
some
pay for
food.
that plate. By the
Yeah,
way,
we gonna pay.
Coach Wash will pay
We
for
ain't
that
gonna
plate.
beat on people. I know you. Let me get the discount. Nah, we ain't finna
Oh
do
no, no,
that.
no!
We
I don't
paying
need the
full
discount, bro.
price. We tipping. Yeah.
All that, all day long.
Oh, before we go, we gotta give Della anything you want to say to the
Oh
people,
yeah.
anything you want to promote, anything coming up, anything you want to go ahead and put out there.
You know, we got Chosen Bully Camp. That's the dogs. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to follow that page? Y'all interested in Frenchie, bully, anything. Flavor Factory. Uh, y'all hungry? Look for some food on a good weekend, good Saturday, good Sunday evening. Then get with me. I guarantee you won't be disappointed.
It's a
Listen,
brand name. I guarantee.
I guarantee
Yeah.
I
it.
stand
Listen,
by
I
it.
haven't even had the
Blue
food.
Magic.
I'm gonna stamp of approval that right now. Because if Coach Wash and Coach Luna says it's good, it's good,
Oh,
yo.
I
Coach
still
Wash ain't had it yet.
I
Yeah,
gotta pull
You have
up.
not had it yet?
Still
he
gotta
ain't
pull
had
up.
it yet.
Why are you
Yeah.
even down there and haven't had it yet? You know
No,
what? We'll talk. We'll take this
it's
offline.
no, it's about to have no worry.
It's yeah, we
If Coach Wise would have told me he was going to be able to pull up on Saturday, then you know what I'm saying, we could have went ahead and arranged that. But you know, that's
Oh
another story for
God,
another time.
man, look.
And we gonna go, we
Listen,
gonna say that one for offline.
I might have to swipe some credit cards and get down there. Might have to do that right now. So
and flights here cheap, bro. You know, I'll be back and forth. I don't know what
absolutely,
you waiting on.
absolutely, absolutely.
I'm
Well, we
working on shipping
digress. We could talk about,
too.
huh?
I'm working on shipping methods too. So, you
Oh,
know,
don't say that now. Don't say that now, because I
yeah,
will immediately put in an order immediately.
Man, that was tough. So, little backstory. I ain't gonna hold us up. I actually used to, Coach Steve know this. I don't know if Luna know this. I used to sell bake. I used to sell sweet potatoes, apple pies, and carrot cakes. And I had an amaretto pound cake.
Shipping them.
I've
It
heard about
was
this amaretto pound cake.
yeah,
Hey, it's pretty damn
that's
good.
that's crap.
That
That's yeah. My
I don't
sweet
even
potato
like. I don't
pie,
even like cake.
the sweet potato pie is it's a bourbon sweet potato pie.
Yes,
Yeah.
just enough bourbon in there to give you a hint of it. It wasn't
Oh,
like overpowering.
my family know, boy. Yeah. Even with the baked goods, there's gonna be some alcohol in
I don't like sweets. I'm not a big sweets
my
person, and Coach Wash is definitely a baker. Definitely a baker. So if you adding some sweets to this food truck, you might want to get with Coach Wash.
the
Just saying. Just
wholesale
saying.
them
Just
joints,
saying.
you know,
Just saying.
sell them by the slice.
There you go. We'll make sure to post the Flavor Factory and a link for anybody that's interested in getting a Frenchie uh in a uh in the link for this particular episode or in the bio as well. Again, if you like what you heard from the Coach Life Podcast fam, hit that like and subscribe button if you want to hear more. And until the next time, my friends, stay positive.